Hello, hello, hello. It is that time. It is my Fertility Hot Seat. Yay! I get to come to you guys and do this Fertility Hot Seat every other Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. What you have to do is ask to join me live, and I'm going to, at random, pick one of you who have not been in the hot seat before. If you've already been in the hot seat, do not ask to join again. That's not cool. We want to share and spread the love as much as we can to everyone. So if you've already been in the hot seat, don't ask again to be in it. And if you've never been in the hot seat, please request to join me live. And then I'm going to, at random, pick one of the people in the request. Right now, I see there's already 5 people requested. And I haven't even gone through my spiel. So what this is a live free consult between me and whoever requests to join me live. I will pick one of you. It's 15 minutes, and I'm going to give you advice based on my almost 20 years of clinical experience. It actually is over 20 years of clinical experience if I count my graduate level training where I was in the clinic. So really, I'm 21 years into practicing traditional Chinese medicine. I'm over a decade into writing all of these awesome books behind me. I have 4 published books. My most recent one is called The Egg Quality Diet. It is a well-researched, clinically sound, clinically proven, effective 100-day diet to help you improve the quality of your eggs, improve your uterine receptivity, improve your hormone levels to help you get and stay pregnant. So if you haven't checked out the Egg Quality Diet, please do so. It's selling like hotcakes. So yeah, here I am. I am not a medical doctor, and I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm giving you advice based on my clinical experience. So as long as we're clear, we're good. And I'm gonna go and see. Ooh, we're gonna start hitting double digits on these requests. I kind of can't wait for that. Okay, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna pick one of you at random. So I hope you're ready. Remember, you're gonna go live with me. It streams live to, everyone that is a follower of you, and it also is recorded on my end and does live on my Instagram TV because your story is going to help other women. And so I thank you so much for being so honest and open and vulnerable with your tribe. And yeah, let's see. Okay, see all of the requests. Cha 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 cha. Yeah, someone just removed it. Okay, good. I'm glad I remind you guys that, yeah, this goes live. We're going to go with Laura GRY. Let me just see. Why isn't it not letting me pick you? That's weird. Okay, there we go. Laura, looks like you were number 1 or number 2 to come in and request to join me live. So I'm going to pick you. Let's wait for her to come. Hi.
Hi.
You did it. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm looking great, but I'm okay.
You look amazing. It's okay. This is real life, real
Here we are.
shit going on. And yeah, let me know. How can I help you? Tell me what's going on.
I have been following you just because of I have been going through IVF for we started about December. We had a loss in October. We found out that it was due to Down syndrome. So we did the testing. I'm 36 as of April. My husband is going to be 37 in October. So we did 2 rounds of IVF and received did the PGT testing and have 6 embryos.
Amazing.
Yes, very happy with those numbers. 6 that were tested.
That's amazing.
Good quality. We had 7, and we did a transfer in May, and we had another loss in June. And so
how far along were you for that loss?
That one was they considered chemical pregnancy. So we, I think, made it to like 5 weeks with that one. The one in October, we were at about 8 weeks.
Yeah. But the PGS tested normal. Yeah. So So has that led you down a rabbit hole of like autoimmune stuff or what?
I think since October, we've been down the rabbit hole with like what's going on and why. And, so we started doing, some dietary changes. I read that. I've read a lot of literature. Started clearing out the plastic, the nail polish I don't wear anymore. I don't wear the makeup anymore. I've done
you've done the things, the overhaul.
The diet definitely can use a lot of improvement. I know that, but I rent a lot of books from the library, so I'm starting to get into that rhythm. I think most of my questions come because I'm having trouble right now with my uterine lining. So we were kind of getting set to go after the first two retrievals, January, February.
Yeah.
In March, they were hoping for the transfer. My lining never got past like a 4.1 or something like that. So they canceled that cycle. The next cycle, same thing. May cycle, they said, okay, we're just going to do it because you have been successful in the past.
And then you miscarried.
And then we ended up miscarrying. The good thing was it did implant. We found out that it was successful, but it didn't obviously survive that.
Did you have a DNC? You had a DNC with the trisomy, right? With the Down syndrome?
We used the pill at first, but ended up needing to have the procedure because it did not clear. So.
And have you had a hysteroscopy since? Has anybody checked your uterus?
We just did. I just underwent the ERA.
Yeah.
Just recently. And here is where I'm struggling is because the answers to those, what I had found out with that is they're saying that there looks like there's a little bit of redness and possible endometriosis. However, they're not really, the lining is like where I'm concerned. Like,
but
they're saying,
you could still have, because of the inflammation, like, so the way inflammation works though, even in the body, like if you've read Egg Quality Diet, I kind of break it down there too of like, the gut health is really involved in inflammation, and gut health is also involved in your ability to absorb your nutrition to then make your blood. Like that's kind of how we see it in Chinese medicine, but for blood to get where it needs to go. And so if there is gut dysbiosis that's leading to inflammation, which could cause the endo, it could also be the same issue that's actually not letting you absorb everything you need to make a healthy lining. So, I would still kind of like look at it through that lens, if you will. And then of course do the things like acupuncture, castor oil packs, my abdominal massage. I would like pull all the stops out.
Because yes, those things I have not. I did a little bit of acupuncture for a few, around like the transfer and everything like that. But then the transfers kept getting canceled. So like after a while, like I need to.
So yeah, I would almost just like, if you can, if it's not too stressful for life, like get into like a once a week or once every other week kind of habit with just going for acupuncture. Another thing, like since I've been working with Dr. Murphy and the Rejuvenating Fertility Center, one thing that I've seen, and they have published research on it, him and Dr. Marco, is ozone sauna and helping with uterine lining, uterine receptivity, if there was endometriitis, endometriosis. So it's not a very expensive procedure. It's like you sit in this sauna box. You might have seen my pictures on my Instagram, but it's like $150 a session. They have, where are you located?
Like right outside of Chicago.
Oh, so you're in Chicago. So we would have to find you someone who does ozone. They either do sauna or they do IV, and you can find it, like most functional medicine doctor clinics or alternative clinics. Like I would just Google ozone sauna in your area and see if anything comes up. Because I've seen the research and it's very compelling to help with all the things with the lining and receptivity. So I would think about that too, if like you want to add something in, but then I would really, if the diet needs the work, I would think about that too of like, do you have any other symptoms that are like day-to-day stuff that, health-wise?
Fatigue. Yeah, I've had like a lot of like unnecessary fatigue. I work out and I'm tired after that. I've been pretty active my whole life. So the tiredness, I don't understand. The diet, like I said, it needs work.
Yeah,
but
it needs work. And has your vitamin D and your thyroid been checked?
Yeah, but like I think I was listening to one of your most recent podcasts and it talked about like how I don't know if it's gone any further than just the basic.
Yeah.
So I haven't.
So I would do that too. Like almost like, okay, you still have 6 embryos. That's an amazing, I'm assuming you want more than one child, like most people do. So I would, and I don't want you to go through any more unnecessary losses. So I would almost just like we make a list, like make sure our vitamin D is checked, make sure we get a complete thyroid panel. I would try to do the diet for like solid 30 days if you could before a transfer. Get on, if they do see endometriosis, then it's really want to go after inflammation. And so like, I mean, obviously I just wrote my book, so I think that's a good one to read, but there's a lot of us out there talking about reducing inflammation and how to do it, healing the gut to regulate the immune system, because if endometriosis is involved, then we're thinking there's an inflammatory response that might be causing a loss. Not necessarily, I'm not convinced, because your egg quality wouldn't be that good. Personally, if the endo was really severely impacting inflammation, you just don't see usually that you get 6 out of 2 retrievals, honestly. Those are really good numbers. So I would more think about it like, okay, what can I do to make the lining as juicy and thick as possible?
Right.
And so I would go after that with like high doses of fish oil, like 3 to 4 grams of fish oil a day.
Okay.
Get your vitamin D levels up, you know, take like a couple thousand IUs of D a day. Clear all this, of course, with your doctor. Lots of bone broth, lots of fat, like fat feeds, you know.
Right. I just started eating avocado. So like there was like I was a picky eater. So I think that's why the diet is it's
harder.
changing for me. Yeah. But I'm
just
I'm
make
getting
a
better.
list too. This is one of my coaches, Michelle, does this, and now I say it all the time too, of like, go through the diets, you know, and like make a list of the things that you can eat that you like, you know what I mean? And try to focus on that. Like if you like eggs, awesome. If you like avocado, you know what I mean? Bone broth, like get into making some soups or something. I mean, I know it's hot right now for all of us, but on the East Coast,
I'll do it. I'm okay.
You'll do anything, right?
In 90 degrees.
The other thing to talk to your doctor about, and then make sure you're doing, I'm sure you've read about this and probably already changed it. Make sure you're on methylfolate, not folic acid, because a lot of times if you do have endometriosis, you typically have MTHFR mutation. That, and then consider a baby aspirin with transfer to help with the lining.
Yeah, they did have me on that.
Okay, so that helped with implantation. It just didn't stick.
Right.
Yeah, and I would really think about acupuncture. Even I just did a video. We didn't post it yet, but I just made it. It'll get posted soon on how to do abdominal gua sha. That's another really good tool that you can use at home, because all of it, we just want to get like healthy circulation to that uterus, and then the blood flow should come through from there. But also from a Chinese medicine perspective, like your low energy and things like that, tell me there might not be enough qi and blood available in general. So you're blood deficient everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like your lining looks like a 4, but you might even be like borderline anemic in some testing or something like that. So think about things to build the blood. Like, you know, I love the good quality grass-fed red meat. Liver in pill form is great. You know, that's probably easy to add. Even taking of iron, like iron bisglycinate, that's the form you want to take it in. So, and you can rewatch this at any point too, or message me any questions. But I would think about all that. But just remember too, like if you have digestive issues, like if you're not fully digesting your food properly, and you can't out supplement a shitty diet, right? You got to come at it with the food. You know this, you've heard me say it, but to think about it like that, of like, okay, I have the good embryos, like almost like check. And I know you want a baby, you know, already.
Yesterday, right?
Last year. Yeah. It's like,
us.
I get all that. But like, if you can give yourself like, okay, I'm going to give myself the space and grace for maybe the next couple months and just work on me so that I can go into this transfer and have a healthy pregnancy, right? Because we made the embryos, which is really honestly the hardest part, especially after going through a genetically abnormal loss like you did.
Yeah, I appreciate all of this. One last question is, have you heard anything about like the dry brushing? I think I heard it.
Yeah, so same thing as gua sha. It's basically, it's lymphatic. It's just getting flow in the area. So that's the castor oil packs will do that. The acupuncture will do that. Dry brushing can help, but you go up towards the heart. So you're going like over the pubic bone. My team is on this call. I'm not sure when we're going to post that little abdominal massage video. I just did it, but I mean the gua sha video, but you can get one of those gua sha tools. You know what those are? Those like facial tools. You've seen them?
Yes.
And you do it over your lower abdomen and in a way to improve circulation and blood flow as well. So yeah, lymphatic massage, someone is asking, but all of that, like basically what you need to do is improve the microcirculation to the uterus, and that will help the lining. But one step back further is based on some of your symptoms, your body's kind of telling me you might not have enough blood. You got to build the blood too. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
And that's very interesting, because I feel like I think of everything, and that's something I have not thought of. So thank you.
That's like, well, that's the art of Chinese medicine. That's what's the beauty of it, because it's like to us where it's like the detectives, you know, oh, so the gua sha video is going to go up tonight. Yeah. So you could see it tonight. That's good. So you could get started on that. But castor oil, even if you don't feel like doing the castor oil, and I have just Googled my name and castor oil pack. There's a very useful video on how to do it. And just see if you can like have that like heart to heart with yourself and even your husband of like, can we wait? You know, is it okay if we do this transfer in the fall? You know what I mean? Just so, because you want to, and you know now after going through now 2 losses, like I think there's just this piece that you need to feel like you've checked all the boxes.
You're hitting it on the head. Yeah.
And so give yourself the space for that of like, the uterus is timeless. You're also only 36. You got 6 embryos. Like there's a lot of, I mean, it's still shitty. And I'm sorry you're where you're at, you know, no matter how you slice it, but like we got a lot of good here too. And so I think to give yourself the space and the grace to, you know, heal. And then also just like, okay. Because also if you're tired now, I don't want you being, you're going to be like comatose in your pregnancy, you know?
Right. Right. No, I mean, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you, everyone out here in the community.
I mean, I was like, I think this one. Well, I thank you too, because you know, you guys do a huge service to your community by coming on and sharing your story, and it's so helpful. So I can't thank you enough. It's very brave of you. So if you have any questions, rewatch this. If you have any questions, just DM us on on the back end of Instagram. And yeah, my recommended stuff. Oh, someone else is asking. Yeah, all my supplements are on my site. I'll go through the questions in a second if Beth hasn't gotten to them. But yeah, just keep us posted, and just think about, you know, making that palace as warm and cozy, right? That's your child's palace, warm, cozy. We know you can get pregnant. And so it's just, I think the thicker lining, and you'll do this.
Lots of positives. Thank you for all the tips and advice. And thank you everybody else on here. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, love. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Keep us posted. Goodbye. Okay. You leave yourself. You leave, and then I'm gonna.
I will figure this out.
I know. I think you just hit the X. If you have an X somewhere.
Yep, got it. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Oh, what a sweet girl. So I think you guys got the gist of that one. So to me, like obviously I had 15 minutes with her. So had I been doing, or one of my coaches or one of my associates in the clinic were doing a detailed intake, we'd probably discover more what we call blood deficiency signs in Chinese medicine, maybe cold signs too. And so our goal, like, right, it's micro focused. I want to thicken my uterine lining, but the macro is, do you have enough blood to make a thick uterine lining? So, and then they found some other things, like maybe there's endometriosis. So maybe there's a little bit of inflammation going on in here as well. But that's what I love. The beauty of Chinese medicine and even functional medicine, is that we're looking at this very holistic viewpoint of, okay, where is the blood? Is it blocked? Is that why it's not getting to the uterus? Or is there just not enough of it, right? And so my sense is there's not enough of it. So we're going to go in, we're going to help her build her blood. And that, the number one way you build blood, it's got to be through your diet. You can't do it any other way. And so even if you try to just take a ton of supplements to build blood, if you can't absorb those supplements, it's not going to do shit for your blood, right? So you got to start with the diet. You got to clean up the diet. And typically it's gut dysbiosis. There's inflammation in the body. Your body's not properly absorbing its nutrition, so it won't go and make blood from the food you eat. That's how we see it in Chinese medicine. The food you eat is what makes your blood in your chi. So if you are not eating well enough, you're going to be blood deficient, and the lining, to thicken that lining, is going to be harder and harder. And then also if we have inflammation, same thing, the inflammation is not going to allow you to properly absorb as well. So we got to come at this on both sides. And so increasing her fish oil, making sure her vitamin D and her thyroid are checked out. That doesn't sound like they've been totally checked out. Someone asked, I like the Dr. Ron's liver pills. They're out of stock right now. So Vital Proteins or Ancestral are both other really good sources of liver. I love grass-fed liver for building blood, especially. Chinese medicine's been talking about it forever. Now it's like, you know, every blogger out there is like, eat organ meats, you know, they're the best for optimal health. And, you know, Chinese medicine, we've been saying that forever. So liver pills. And if you also want to take an iron, the iron bisglycinate, it has to be iron bisglycinate. That is the most absorbable form. Let's just see any other questions. Loving this look. Oh, you're so cute. This is the fresh out of the shower look. Just started reading your book. Well, thank you so much. And to all of you who have read any of my books, any of these 4 babies behind me, please go leave a review for them on Amazon. It really helps me reach more people. And I feel like I come and give you all my free information all the time. Spend 5 minutes of your time and leave me a review. You guys want in, you're so cute. I'd love to join live. I have egg retrieval in January. Please pick me. Okay. So again, I'm going to be back here in 2 weeks. So Picante Queen, make sure you request to join. And let's see what else. Oh, I love you. We need more Amy's in the world. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet, Anita. What's a good vitamin D level to be at? I'm around a 50. Yeah, between 50 and 70. Optimal list, like Beth said, are in my book. Glowy, you guys are sweet. Love your skin, you guys. The gua sha video is going up tonight. I'm very excited about that. What kind of iron supplement? Okay, already read that. Yes, all my supplements are on my website under Amy's recommendations. Go there. And I have a ton of supplements. Can you take aspirin with NAC and liver post-implantation before? Yeah, you can take them all. I would stop the NAC once you've transferred, though. You don't really need it in pregnancy. It's safe, but liver and baby aspirin are fine to take together. In very few cases, you can't be on that much of a thinner, but that, in most cases, it's fine. Okay, can I book an appointment with Amy online? Yeah, look at us. Advice for how to stick with the diet when traveling. Okay, it's not really appropriate for today, but you do the best you can do. If you have the Egg Quality Diet book, then you have access to the Egg Quality Diet resources page where I have videos on how to get through and manage each phase of the program. And then we have a ton of downloadable, what I think are super useful resources for you to make the best out of this diet. Can my husband do the Egg Quality Diet? 100,000%. I highly recommend that. Following the diet, I'm also trying to build blood. What is a good amount of blood to build month by month? I'm not sure what you mean by that. How to explain when they cannot find anything wrong. Okay, typically if they can't find anything wrong, that's why, like, follow the Egg Quality Diet. If no one can find anything wrong with you, it's inflammation and typically maybe an autoimmune or an immune system issue, gut dysbiosis. Follow the diet. It will help. I swear on my hair, it will help. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We're not going to answer the ones that are not really related to this Q&A, but as always, this was awesome and exciting and fun. Yeah, and I'll be back here 2 weeks. I love you guys. I love the interaction. I love how many of you come live. I love how many of you are requesting to join me live. And yeah, hopefully I pick one of you next time. See you in 2 weeks. Ciao.